Hi class, today I'm going to be doing my informative speech on the impact of caffeine on its consumers. How many of you guys consider yourself to be caffeine addicts? How many cups of coffee do you have a day? 1, 2, 3, or more? What about caffeinated sodas, energy drinks, or tea? For the last 2 weeks, I have been researching the topic of what exactly the impact of caffeine does to its consumers. Today, I will inform you about the impact of how that caffeine works in our bodies. First, I will tell you about what caffeine does. Second, I will tell you about the benefits of caffeine. And third, I will explain the negative impacts caffeine can have on our bodies. First, I will start off by telling you the positive impacts caffeine has on our bodies. Caffeine, which comes from leaves, seeds, and fruit of about 63 different plants, is a well-known stimulant. What is the purpose of consuming caffeine? Caffeine acts as a stimulant by acting our central nervous system. Caffeine helps us wake up, feel more alert, and has been shown to increase our attention spans by blocking sleep-inducing chemicals in the brain and increasing adrenaline production. The physical benefits of caffeine in our bodies include: according to Ferre of the National Institute on Drug Abuse, caffeine increases motor activity and has both arousal and reinforcing effects. This is very useful for us when we need to complete tedious tasks or stay awake for long periods of time during travel or reach a deadline for our work projects. Now that I've told you about the benefits, I'm going to tell you about the negative impacts caffeine can have. The negative impacts of caffeine are largely dependent on how much caffeine we consume. When larger amounts of caffeine, over 600 milligrams a day, are ingested over long periods of time, caffeine can cause digestive issues. Caffeine can increase your heart rate, cause you to urinate more, which leads to dehydration, and prompt your digestive system to produce more acid. And in larger numbers, caffeine can cause you to have a headache, trouble sleeping, and feel restless. According to the Sleep Foundation, the most obvious effect of the stimulant is that it makes it hard for you to fall asleep. One study also found that caffeine can delay the timing of your internal body clock. These effects will reduce your total sleep time, but also the quality of sleep that you have. It is recommended to have a gap between the last moment that you consume caffeine for 7 hours until you go to sleep. Today, I have informed you about the impacts of caffeine consumption in your body. Today, we talked about what caffeine does, the benefits of caffeine, and the negative side effects caffeine can have on us. If you're like most adults, caffeine, it's part of our daily routine, and usually it won't pose a health problem. But be mindful of caffeine's possible side effects and be ready to cut back if necessary. I might be talking to myself in this one.